I think before he was a policeman. He went in the Air Force. And gradually, I don't know what he did in the Air Force, honestly. But anyway, he ended up in Germany.
Oh.
Now, I'm not sure exactly the timing of this, because at some point in time, he went AWOL from the Air Force. And Gigi reported it, called the Air Force police and said, here he is.
Oh my God, Gigi.
Well, she was a kind of a law and order lady. And I don't remember where Sandy appeared in this scenario. That's kind of a mystery to me. I don't remember what year they got married. I should try to figure that out. But I was about 10 years old when they got married.
Wow.
Oh, wait, maybe not even that old. Yeah, 10 years old. So I would have been 20. But I think he was only 19, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
That he was 19 and Sandy was 18, or
wow.
He was 20 and Sandy was he was 20 and Sandy was 19. But God, she was just drop dead gorgeous.
Wow.
Woman.
And they stayed married that whole time. That's
right.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, why? I mean, I don't know.
Some people, if that's how you work your shit out together, I guess, okay. But they still stuck it out together.
Yeah, they did. Off and on, yeah. Anyway, so because he met Sandy and he literally married her like 4 weeks after he met her.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you know, I guess.
Yeah. And so I don't remember the wedding. I have a vague memory of the reception out at her folks' place out on Rocky Bay or Rocky Point, which doesn't mean anything to you, but was on the way.
California?
No.
Oh.
In Washington.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's where she's from too?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her mom and dad were divorced. Her second dad was a school teacher, was a principal of a grade school out in that area, which is where Alicia and Kelly went to grade school. Because they lived out there at, maybe I've never told you any of this. Anyway, there's a place called Rocky Point. You'll have to look at the map. And there was a guy that owned this plot of land, and it had a house, and it had a second house, and he wanted somebody to live in the second house to take care of the main property, and Al somehow found out about it, and that's where they lived for like 6 or 8 years.
Wow, okay.
Paid like $25 a month in rent or something like that. But
wouldn't that be nice?
And he was working in downtown Tacoma, so he commuted every day from there across the Narrows Bridge. And it was great. Oyster Beach there, and anyway.
Okay,
really
so
nice.
it's out like across the bridge.
Yep. Now that was after he was a policeman. Because when he was a policeman, they lived in Tacoma. I can sort of remember that. And he was only a policeman. He was a policeman while I was in the seminary.
Yeah, there's a photo of the two of you, and you're sitting next to a car or sitting in front of a car or beside a car, something.
Yeah,
there's a photo
at the seminary.
Yeah. And he's got his uniform on or some kind of uniform. Maybe it's either military uniform or police uniform. It's one of the two.
Uniform.
Okay.
Yeah. But he was a motorcycle cop for I
Lord.
don't know, 2 or 3 years, which kind of fit his personality.
Oh.
And then he quit that, God knows why. And then he went to work for this collection company and worked with them for many, many years. And then I'm going to tell you a story you probably never heard before. He left that collection company and started his own collection company. And that's when they lived, well, let's see, how can I get this straight now? They lived in Tacoma Avenue for a while. I'm not sure which happened first. They either lived on A Street in a house that Ann Florence and Bernard used to own,
Okay.
or They started out on A Street or on Tacoma Avenue by Inlet Seminary, and then they moved to the A Street property. And I don't remember the order in which that happened.
Okay.
But the girls, Alicia and Kelly, went to a combination of Aquinas Academy and Stadium High School. And you might have to ask them in terms of
When and
which one they did first
okay,
and so
okay.
on.
Aquinas Academy. I recognize that name.
Yeah, it was an all-girls high school
Oh.
in Tacoma, just up the hill from where they were living on A Street.
Does it have any correlation with St. Anne's?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, St. Anne's is way out south.
Okay, I just know that from like my era of there's another school of another all-girls school.
Oh. So anyway,
So when did he become a jeweler?
he never did.
Oh.
His son did.
Oh.
So Al's dad, Roy,
Yeah.
at some point in time met and married this woman, Virginia Ricano, and her family owned a furniture store in the south part of Tacoma by Lincoln High School. And Roy, who could sell anything to anybody, apparently a great salesman, but an alcoholic, which kind of fit in with Gigi's style.
Aren't we all?
Well, yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, that runs the family.
He met and married Virginia Ricano, and somehow they ended up in Lake Tahoe
Oh.
in about 1958, 59. Lo and behold, what happens in Lake Tahoe in 1960? The Winter Olympics at Squaw Valley.
Oh.
He's making money now, hand over fist, selling real estate in South Lake Tahoe.
Oh.
He now has his own airplane.
Oh.
He has started a second office in Palm Springs.